Hey guys, what's going on? This is Quentin, aka Mr. CPMD, aka Mr. Crypto Pays Me Daily, and I am back. Today is Tuesday, July the 2nd, start of a new month, and I've got some just some updates, man, just some conversation today and some updates with some of the projects today. GetFit Mining. And I'm super excited, man. We had a call today, and we're going to talk about that. It's kind of a leadership call. Going to talk about what happened a little bit in that call. I can't give you all the details, but I can give you some of it, and tell you what's going to happen and why you want to be a part of Get Fit Mining. All right. Now, if you're not a subscriber of the channel, guys, take a second, go down there, hit that subscribe button. We want to push the channel over the 10K mark. And then also, if you drop me a like on the video, I appreciate that. If you got a comment, go ahead and drop one as well. If you got a question, drop that and I'll get back to you and get it answered. Now, if you're not a part of the CPMD Facebook community, that link is in the description. You definitely want to be a part of that community because there are some private things that aren't on the channel that are there. And one of my top plays, top passive programs is available inside of that private community. And I'm telling you, we have done 100 and I think as of today, about 129% since March compounded. 129%. Very legitimate, very real project. So you want to go in there, find out what that project is so you can be a part of it. And it is very private. There's a limited spots available in that opportunity. So get in there, answer all 4 questions, real answers. Don't give me the fake generic answers. Otherwise, you won't let you in and you'll be permitted into the group. All right. So now let's shift gears just a little bit. Let me check something out just real quick. We had a call today, guys. And when I tell you it was a great call, it was a great call. As you have seen probably on the channel or on some of the presentations for Get Fit Mining, Miss Lynette Arton, who is the founder of the project, is an absolute genius. I'm not hyping that in any kind of way. She knows her stuff. She's put her own money behind the project, and it is the most legitimate crypto project and ecosystem that I have been a part of since I've started in crypto. And I don't say that as hype. I'm just telling you the way that it is put together, the way that it is self-sustaining. It is not based on speculation. It is not based on how many people just buy into it early and all of this stuff. It's simple math, but it is a real legitimate ecosystem. And what we found out today, and I just had a conversation with one of the leaders over there, my boy Herschel. He was like, you know what? I want to be careful before I go out and say a whole bunch of stuff yet until we make sure we understand everything first. And so I'm going to tell you what I can tell you. Number one, Get Fit will be rebranded over to Move Quest. Now, of course, Get Fit gives you, when you hear that, right? What do you think of? Exercising, gym, working out, right? You think of things that are going to get you fit. And that's not necessarily what the project is about. All right. Because when people think about going to the gym, how many of you actually like going to the gym? Right. I mean, some of you, yes. Right. I've been going to the gym since, I was in college. Right. Now it's been a heavy part of my life. I'm going to go after this call. I'm going to be in the gym. Right. It's been something that I've done, for years and years and years. But when you think about it, it's not necessarily fun. It's work. Right. It's hard work, especially if you're out of shape. It's hard to build that routine. And we don't want people to think that because you're in Get Fit, this is about you getting fit. No, it's about physical activity, not working out. And so they want to rebrand to a more universal name, right? They want something that doesn't encompass or doesn't make people feel like I have to go in and work out, because that's not what it's about. And I got one of my good fans. He just popped in, and I'm gonna bring him up here in just a sec. The reason I'm in the project actually is because of the gentleman that's here, and the reason I've got into crypto. The first person who sent me crypto was this gentleman, and you all know him. I mean, he's been, a big part of my journey and just in life general. I think now, knowing this guy probably since 2011, 2012, maybe. We've been in multiple companies. We traveled together, been to his house, been with his kids and his family, and been to parties together, and was at my wedding, and I mean everything, right? This is, a true friend and partner, in this space that I've been with, and that is no other than Mr. Ken Francis, aka the consultant,
There he is. There he
who
is.
who
What's up?
has popped up, and
Yeah.
we just wanted to come give you some conversation, guys, today, because
Yeah.
we are excited about the Get Fit project and
Sure.
what they're doing. I already kind of put out that we're rebranding over to MoveQuest, and the reasons for that. We want something more universal. We want something that's not going to make people feel like I got to come in here and work out. Because right when you the when you think about working out, it's not something that's fun, right? It's
Right.
hard work, right? Sweating and
About the
lifting and
grind. Yeah.
jogging, and it's tough, and we
Yeah,
don't
you
want
you thinking
people.
about them days of no results.
Yeah,
Yeah,
working
you
out,
got it.
not getting
Grind.
anything,
Yeah, yeah,
taking,
yeah,
6 months and you barely seeing something happen, right?
yeah, yeah.
Working out is something that has to become a lifestyle and a part of your life, right? We don't want people to feel like they can't do this because maybe they don't have the time to work out, or maybe they don't have the dedication and the physical means to get in there and work out. This is not about working out, it's about physical activity. And when we say physical activity, how many steps do you take a day, right? How many times? Well, I mean, everybody hopefully is sleeping at night, right?
Yeah.
That's considered an activity. How many calories are you burning throughout the day because you're walking, going to work, going to the store, going to different activities, going into the mall, going get the mail? How many people might, you're brushing your teeth, right? You're eating food, like whatever it is.
Hey, good one.
These things,
Fishing. You can fish,
fishing,
gardening. I mean,
gardening,
moving,
walking your dog, right?
moving. Yeah.
Steps, right? You're taking steps, right? And so there's all these different things that are considered physical activity. So Move Quest is going to make that more universal, right? Not necessarily anything, the meat and potatoes is not changing with the project. It's still doing the same thing, but we want it to be more universal. And we got a chance to be on, one of the leadership calls today, and we got blown away, man. And before I even go into this,
Boy.
before we go into this, Ken, because this has been a journey. I know you've been in crypto now since what, 2015,
2015,
16,
2016. Yep. Yep.
somewhere around in that time.
That's correct.
Um, for me, um, you introduced me to crypto. I remember getting my first Coinbase wallet, and you sent me the $5 of the Bitcoin, and a couple
Yeah.
years of working and doing all the stuff that I was doing, then came back and it was like 12 bucks in there. And I'm like, man, this grew 2.5 times and I didn't do anything. And that right there, moved me to really look at what was going on a little bit and pay a little bit more attention. Um, but this has been a journey, I know, for me over the last 4 years since we were on that phone call sitting at home. We both got laid off. We're sitting at home and we're like, man, what we're gonna do? Like, I moved to Houston to work for my
Yeah.
job, and they laid me off.
Mhm.
Am I moving back home, going back to, my hometown? What am I going to do? And we decided that, hey, let's look at this crypto thing and let's figure it out. And, we got some things going and all of that. But I say all of that to say the past 4 years, because it's just hit 4 years in August. I mean, in April for me was 4 years, actively in this space. It has been a journey, right? Of some of the highest highs and some of the lowest lows, right? Many of you had know we've been in a lot of different projects. I have touched literally 100 plus, and I counted one day, and it was amazing how many different projects I put money into, how many tokens that I bought, uh, trading platforms, PAM accounts, trading myself. We were talking today. I remember we were trading in the bull market, and I think you lost the whole money in like the blink of
Oh,
an eye. It
oh,
was it was like,
Never forget the day.
but to be able to lose that kind of money, and I'm not gonna say the number, it was
Yeah,
5 figures. We ain't gonna go into the details, but
yeah,
to lose 5 figures, to be able to do that,
yeah,
that showed that you had to you got to a point to where you
mhm,
could even have that in an account. We're not talking about
mm,
anything else outside of it. We're talking about that
yeah,
one thing specifically. So I was telling you, I remember my Binance account having over $500,000 in that thing just trading when
yeah,
we were using some of the different bots and stuff. Like
yeah,
we have had some great success in this space, but we've
yes,
also had a lot of downs,
yeah,
some of the lowest of lows. And when I say that, I speak about not just myself, but for our communities and
yeah,
for the people that we brought in. And man, it's crazy because I've had so many conversations
mm,
today alone and over the past week. And it's really like a testimony for me, because people,
for
if
real.
you followed me, I'm a man of faith. I mean, that is just a daily part of my life. Since I can remember since I was in private Catholic school as a little kid, right? I mean, this is just something that was ingrained in me, and so I've always been a man of faith, but sometimes your faith does get tested, right? And you always say, don't let your faith what is the word? Don't let your faith uh sway, or or
Flavor, yeah,
a waver, right? And
yeah,
so over this time period, I know for you and me, all of our intentions in this space, because I know you, you know me, they've always been genuine for our communities, right? We've always gotten to things that we thought we could make money in, and we thought we could help other people make money in those same things.
right,
That has not always been the case, because when we look back in this space, the majority of things that we got involved with, and there's a handful that you talked about them today. There's a handful of things that have still been here that have just gone through the test of times,
yep,
right? And if we would have really only stayed focused on those things, we would probably be in a much different place right now. But would we have been in this place had we not gone through a lot of those things that we had to go through?
yeah,
I don't think so. And I know so. I know that we wouldn't be, because those, some people will call losses, I will call it a lesson. Those lessons have led me to know what to look at now and what not to look at.
right,
And I said today when we were talking, there's two things that matter to me now when I'm looking at a project. Number one, who is working in that project? Who is it that is behind it? Who has created it? I need to understand who that person is on a personal level, not just know your name, because people have flown us all over the world to go to their offices, and they wine and dine us, put us in hotels, put us on planes. We go over to these fancy offices or fake offices, or we don't even know, right? And they tell us what they want us to hear. We come back home 3 months, 6 months later, these projects don't exist. If I don't know who you are on a personal level, I don't know your name, if I don't know who your family is, if I don't know what businesses you've run before successfully, what you've done in your past, where you live, your real government name, and go all the way on the other side of the world, and somebody give you a name that's Asian, and I'm just saying this just because this is what happened, and their name is Jack. That's not your name. That's just what you're telling us. So I don't know who you are. I'm not touching any projects unless I have a personal relationship with somebody that has a personal relationship with the person running that project, or I have a personal relationship with the person behind that project, because I want to know what your heart is and your intentions are, and if they're for the people or not. And I think we have enough character to know when that is not right, and we can walk away from that. Number two, whatever project you have, if you can't show me a plan of how you're going to create your revenue and generate the income, if you don't have a real way to show me that and prove that to me, I don't want to be a part of it, because everybody will say we're trading, we're doing arbitrage. We got yield farming. We've got this trading bot. If you can't show me and prove to me that this is what you're doing, I don't want to be a part of that project. So those are the two things. And if I go back through all the projects that we've been to, and I ask myself those two questions, 95% of those projects would have been out the door. But it's easy to say that now, looking back. We didn't know what we didn't know. We only went with the things that we felt were right, that appeared to be right, that gave us the illusion that they were the right projects. Because see, here's the thing between with me and you that's different from a lot of people in this space. And I said this as well. Other people get into projects, those projects don't work. Well, guess what? They walk away from those projects, and the next morning they wake up and they go to their 9 to 5 and they go to work. And they know in 2 weeks, I got a guaranteed paycheck that's coming that I can depend on. 2 more weeks, I got a guaranteed paycheck that I can depend on. The situation for me and you, we do this full time. If we walk away from it, we don't have a way to feed our families. We don't have a way to keep a roof over our heads. We depend on this because it is our source of income in this space. Not everybody is in that same position. And so a lot of times we look at what do we have? What is the best thing that we have right now? And that's what we decide to go and work with. Now, as of this year, you've noticed that there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff that I've talked about. I know in my community, I know Ken, you really hadn't talked about a whole lot either, because we're in majority of the same projects. But I think we've all come to the realization that the projects that we have that have the things that we're looking for, even if they don't get us rich this month, next month, 6 months, a year, right? That's okay, because we have real projects that over time we can make money. Guess what? I made this and this. I said this as well. People will work for someone else for 40 years to retire to still not be rich and be broke. But you're telling me you wouldn't work 2, 3, or 5 years in this space to get rich? It's crazy to me. I'd much rather go and put that effort in something that can create something for me and do it in a short few years versus go and work my whole entire life for somebody else and not have anything at the end of the day. So
That's the game plan for you.
people work at their whole lives and they still, I mean, some people can do well for themselves. Don't get me wrong. Some people
Absolutely.
do, but how many people get to work? They work 30, 40 years, they retire, and they go back to work and they're in Walmart
Yeah.
or they're
Yeah.
in Walgreens or CVS because they need to make extra income because they don't have enough money to live on.
Mhm. Yeah. Things change when you realize retirement isn't about age. It's about money.
It's about money.
Period.
It's about
Not
money.
about not about 60, 78. No, it's about 6 figures plus, readily available for your lifestyle at any moment, anywhere you want to,
And guess how much you're going to need in 30 or 40 years? I mean, 20 years. Like, you're going to need a lot more than what you've been saving anyways, because we can see where, inflation is
Yeah,
going.
I was gonna say, don't add inflation, taxes, debt, and
All of that
everything
stuff.
else going on, right? Just it's crazy.
And
Crazy.
and you know what? I'm gonna tell this one story, and then we're gonna get into the project. We're gonna get into we're gonna talk about the project a little bit. And let my boy Corey Croc on, man. Croc, I gotta holler at you, boy. Hey, man, look, hey, what we found out today,
If
man.
if ever was a moment.
Kent and Herschel told me, he made a really good point. He's like, man, I will get on. He said, I'm gonna sit this one out because I want to make sure I know and I got the right information before I bring it out. And he's absolutely right. And so I'm gonna be very vague today about what's going on. And man, Croc, man, I want to say this man right here, guys. I don't know if you are following this guy's channel. My boy Corey Crockett over there, passive income Croc, man. You need to go follow this guy, man. He's mastering this art of really using social media and creating that social media presence. I wish I had that I wish I had that. You know, I'm not quite there yet, and I got to keep working on it. But this man has really mastered engaging with his audience and doing the right things, and just being in front of them, and putting out the information and stuff. He really has. And man, I applaud you on what you're doing, and I know why you're doing what you're having the success that you're having, because you're a master at that craft. And so, man, this guy gets on TikTok and he's got 10,000 people watching him.
Mm,
Like, you know,
mhm.
you don't get that audience because you're just, saying something crazy. Now he's giving out real solid, valuable information, and he's captured that audience. So I just want to borrow the vet one day when you got, when you don't need it, so I can go hit a couple corners. So yeah, but I want to give this story, man. The last few days for me have been crazy. I'm gonna tell this story, and I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. Um, Friday, Friday. So man, don't let hear Court's trying to keep up with me, man. Bro, stop it, man. Stop it. I ain't going to tang you no more. Friday, guys, Friday. So my wife has a commercial and residential cleaning service that she started a while back. And she does, homes, Airbnbs, and she's got some clients that have beach houses. And sometimes, she has to do some stuff. And if she doesn't have her crew to do things, she has to go out and bring stuff to different locations. And the other day she had to go down to the beach down Surfside, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from where I am, to get down there. It's a little bit of a drive. And I said, man, look, I'm going to come with you. I'm going to come down there with you. And I knew right where she was going to be. I'm 2 corners away from the ocean, and I can go fish. I like to fish. So I said, I'm going to bring my poles and everything down with me. And while she doesn't handles her business, I'll go throw the rod out there for about an hour, hour and a half, whatever. So I go out and I'm fishing. I ain't catch a thing. Nothing. All I did was got hung 3 or 4 times, broke my line.
That's what I'm familiar with that. Rock growings, man.
But it was still just fun, right? Just to get
It,
out there, just to throw
hey,
the rod, just to sit out there and enjoy
you don't
the
have to catch it to enjoy it. You don't have to catch it.
man. The weather looked good.
Amazing.
I mean, the water was nice. We actually don't have pretty water down here. Anybody knows
Like
it's
30 miles
Galveston
out.
areas, but it was green. The water was a little green. They
Yep.
had the dolphins out there swimming everywhere. And so I fished for a little bit, and she messaged me and she said, "Hey, look, come back at 3:30." She's like, "I need you to stop by the store, and I need you to grab some paper towels because I need to leave some paper towels inside the Airbnb." So I said, "Okay." So I stopped at like 3:10 because I had to be there at 3:30. She's right around the corner. The store's right here too, so it's not going to take me long. But I was like, let me give myself time to make sure I don't have to rush. So I'm loading up the car. I have shrimp juice all on my hands from baiting. And so I said, let me clean my hands. I don't want to touch the steering wheel and then have the car smelling like, have the steering wheel smelling like shrimp. So I had some sanitizer, spraying my hands, washing my hands with the water. I had some water 3 or 4 times, had a towel, dried off. And and at the time, my mind, and this is something that I just got to work on. I struggle. I know my mind is focused on being where I need to be in time. And so I'm not thinking about what I'm doing as I'm doing it. I'm just subconsciously, my subconscious is just, I'm working, cleaning my hands, but I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing because I know I need to get over where I need to get. I take my ring off, my wedding ring. I take it off. Don't even remember that I did it. Don't know where I sit it, if I set it in the car, on the door. I don't know what I did. But I didn't want to get shrimp juice all inside my ring. So I took it off. Wash my hands, put all my stuff in the car, and I leave. Go to the store, pick up paper towels. I get over to the place in time, bring in some water, big case of waters and these paper towels that she needed. Mosquitoes are terrible. They eat me alive trying to get in. Put all the stuff in there. I get inside, wash my hands again just to make sure I got them extra clean. We leave. All right, long story short, by that time, 4:30, 5 o'clock, we're headed back to Houston. We get back to Houston. It's probably by 7 o'clock. We had stopped, get gas, all kind of stuff. 7 o'clock, we come home. We decide to go back and go grab some food. I get back home probably about 9 o'clock at night. Get on a phone call with one of my good buddies, crypto buddies. We talked for about 2 hours. By the time I look up, dude, it's like midnight. Get up. I said, man, let me go get myself cleaned up, shower, all this stuff. Let me get ready to hop in the bed. The whole entire day, when I thought about my ring, my mind told me I never wore my ring because when I got ready to leave, I never put it on. I put lotion on my hands sometimes and I take it off, put the lotion on, put it back on. My mind told me that I left my ring at home the whole entire day. I come out the bathroom. I said, Sharon, did you see my ring on the bed? Was it on the, did you see it? She's like, no, I didn't see it. So then I finally stopped and now I get to think. I'm finally thinking. I said, wait a minute. I didn't leave my ring at home. I had my ring on. I remember when I was fishing, I didn't want to get shrimp juice in it. Man, did I drop it in the water? Did I drop it when I was washing my hands? Did I drop it when I was carrying stuff into the Airbnb? I didn't remember because at that time, I was so focused on one thing, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. By this time, it's 1:30 in the morning. I looked at the house, went outside, looked in the van, and then I'm looking everywhere trying to find it. I don't find it. We wake up at 1:30 in the morning, pitch black dark. We drive an hour and 20 minutes back down to where I was fishing. I said, I believe I either dropped this ring when I was getting out of the car, when I was getting ready to get back in the car, or when I got to the Airbnb. It's got to be at one of these places. So we drive back down there where I was fishing. There are some lights out here because this is a park kind of area. I know exactly where I parked. I'm looking and I'm like, man, this is kind of concrete. There's a little bit of gravel, but it's mostly concrete. I'm like, I would be able to see this if it was sitting on the ground. I said, man, how many people in the last 10 hours have parked and walked to their car and walked to go fishing that could have seen this and picked it up? That was my first thought if I dropped it there. I didn't see it. So we go by the Airbnb, and of course, a person is now there that is renting it. I can't go just walking around this house in the middle of the night. Are they gonna think I'm doing something? Gonna try to shoot me or something, But I sneak in. I just kind of peek in the grass a little bit where we parked. I didn't see anything. Okay, but it's dark. I got a light out here, try not to make noise. So we go to the little gas station that's down there by their little store, convenience store, stays open all night. We sit there and we're like, man, what am I going to do? I said, if we drive back home, it's another hour and 20 minutes. At this point, it's 3:30 in the morning. Maybe we should just wait until the sun comes up. It'll be up at 6 o'clock. We'll have some light. Maybe we can see. Then some officers pull in. We ask the officers, hey, could you go over here with us? We don't want to look suspicious. I'm trying to find my wedding ring, and I think I dropped it. They won't do it. They're like, you need to wait till the morning, contact the person that's there. We don't want to stir anything up. And I got it, whatever. So we sit there and we wait until the morning, 2.5 hours. We sit out there we sit in this parking lot in the store, and we go back at 6 o'clock in the morning. We look in the grass when it's bright. I don't see anything in the grass where the Airbnb is. And she says, look, let's just go back to the park. Let's look one more time. I said, at this point, look, if we don't find it, I give it up. We got it insured. Hey, it's no big deal. It's a big deal, but I'm not going to sit here and just keep stressing myself about it. So we go back over there, and there's this truck parked almost where I was parked when I was there. And so we're just looking on the ground, and I don't know how this ring is sitting there in the ground, covered up kind of with the gravel and the little sand from the gravel. I see a little silver ring, and the only place in the gravel where it's soft, where it could have actually gone down in the gravel, because concrete is concrete. It's gonna sit right on the top of concrete. This part of it was kind of broken up a little bit, and it's right in the powder on the ground in the sand. And I find it. If this truck had a parked 3 feet over, the truck would have been over the top of it, and I never would have seen it. I would have left and went home and probably never came back. And I found the ring. That was the first thing that happened. We didn't get back home till like 9 a.m. in the morning. All night thing trying to find this doggone ring. I'm like, and I was being negative. I'm mad at myself because I have a problem with keeping up with things that are expensive. I lose things that are expensive, and the things that I don't care anything about, I'll keep it for 20, 30 years, right? That was the first thing. Number two, I had some conversations with another good buddy. Y'all seen him on the channel. My good buddy Alex. You've seen him. He's in the space with us as well. Been a lot of projects together. Had a conversation with him, and the private opportunity um, that I'm a part of. I was talking to him about it, and I said, man, we got to get this thing rolling. We've gone through a lot of bad things, right? We finally got our hands on some really solid stuff right now, but people are scared to get into these things. They're scared to touch them because they've been burnt so much in the past. And now we've got the right things for people. GetFit Mining, my private opportunity. I'm not even going to say the name of it, but if you're in the group, you know what it is, right? At cost metals. I know you got Icoin, we got Icoin Pro. We got still Digibot, all these other things. We got some solid stuff that's still back here, right? And people are now scared to get into these things that are solid because of their past experiences, or maybe they don't have the funds right now, right? And I told Alex, I said, we got to get more people into this private opportunity because we're going to really be able to change some lives with it. And I said, matter of fact, I need to make money because I have slowed down so much and I'm only getting into these opportunities that are solid opportunities. It's slowed down the money that I've been making, right? I had a big wedding that I did that just cost me a fortune and liquidated a lot of my assets to do that. But now I have not been making that kind of income that we made over the years, right? I said, we got to get this thing going. I said, man, if things don't really flip around over the next 60, 90 days, man, it's going to start looking it's going to get rough. And this is just me being transparent, right? I'm being transparent with everybody that's here today. And we had that conversation. I said, you know what, but I'm not going to touch any of these other deals that we know are not going to last. I don't care how much money I can make because it's not about that. I want to build this thing. I want to build these things the right way, the right projects, and really help people. I don't care if it takes us years, right? Slow, steady, I'm fine with that, right? Because we can accomplish a lot of goals in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. We just need solid things that can be there that time period. So we had that conversation. I told him what was going on. And I think I kind of surprised him because I think he probably thought like, man, you over there probably making a ton of money. Look, it's not always like that, right? Went to church Sunday. And I sent you the message, Ken. I sent you the message from church. And, and I'm going to hurry up, guys. I'm going to finish this story. I'm going to read just this one passage. This is what they talked about. And the title of it was, I can't even see the top of it. Gosh, dang it. I want, hold on. Let me get it. Cause I want to tell, and I'm just going to read a small passage from this. Oh, the title of this section was pressing toward the goal. And it says, I don't mean to say that I have already achieved these things or that I have already reached perfection, but I press on to possess that perfection for which Jesus Christ first possessed me. No, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it, but I focus on one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. I press on to reach the end of the race and receive the heavenly prize for which God, through Jesus Christ, is calling us. That hit me. It hit me because it was like, we can't focus on what's gone bad. Because if we keep focusing on what's bad, we'll never know what's in store for us in our future. And it resonated with me so much because I've been really putting it out there and really just, asking for the right things and praying for the right things and showing me the right direction. And I got confirmation. And, sometimes that confirmation, it could take a while, right? Before you really get in to see some things happen, right? Let's say you plant your seeds, right? It takes a while for flowers to grow. Or, sometimes you plant the seed, you don't see anything, and all of a sudden, boom, in a week, it's a full grown plant, right? But I say that to say, I left church, came home, and a few hours later, I got a phone call from one of my buddies, and he said, man, check your wallet. So I just sent you something. He said, you got funds there. Hey, I sent you your rent money, basically, is kind of what he was saying. He was joking, but just somebody that can joke with me like that. And I'm like, what? Where did this come from? And this was from a conversation that I had with when I talked about that 2-hour conversation I had that Friday before I went to go look for my ring, I had a conversation with somebody. They took some action on something, and I made, you know, $4,500 on that Sunday because, and I'm saying all this to say that I can't worry about what's happened before, because if I stay worrying there, I'm not going to see the things that are going to be coming for me. And I'm saying, like, I got confirmation that phone call was telling me and confirming to me, like, look, you're doing the right things. You're still in the right spot. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. You just keep doing the right things and keep pressing forward and put the right things out there. I'll take care of the rest. That's what I feel God was telling me, is just, you don't worry about how it's going to happen. Just keep doing the right things. And then boom, the day after I heard this message, hours after I heard this message, boom, a big, here it comes. I'm like, it's not supposed to happen that quickly, is it? Is it supposed to happen like that? But it did. And it was just overall confirmation. And I've been getting confirmation from everywhere that we've got our hands on the right projects. And I know this is a different type of call than I normally do. I'm just really kind of talking today, but hey, it's on my heart, it's on my spirit to share it, because I want everybody to know that just because some stuff has happened before, it does not mean that you can't get to the right place now. It doesn't mean that you can't get to what you've been trying to get to, that goal that you might have of yourself, for yourself. You can get there, but don't let the past cripple your future. Keep moving forward, keep pressing forward. Now I'm done talking, Ken. Now let's talk about Get Fit Minded.
No, but it really plays into what you're getting into, though, right? It really does. Hey, man, stories are important. We're always
Stories
develop.
tell, facts tell.
We're always writing the stories. Whether you believe it or not, your life's a story. There's chapters in it. There's different pages. It is what it is. So it all makes sense, because now we're going to go to the part that's going to bring it full circle for you. For those that have been in and out of the space, um, we've never. And QB, as a matter of fact, you might want to check the WhatsApp, because another atomic bomb was dropped by Lynette a few minutes ago that no one was expecting, and it's even bigger than we thought. So yeah, Q had a great story. We all have great stories. I have similar stories. Where you just feel like a little overwhelmed with the anxiety or the pressure to live up to a certain whatever situation, in your past, or not getting stuff done in your past. But what is the past anyway? It's already, there's nothing you can do about it, right? All you can do is speak positive words and affirmations into your future, your today, and into tomorrow. And we started talking about that. And just today, over the weekend, what Q went through proved all of that. But today alone has proven the power of thought, the power of affirming, and putting things into, in front of you that you really desire, saying those things that you really are looking to get accomplished in your life. All that stuff, it sounds corny and cliche, but at the end of the day, it holds a lot of weight. And we have a lot of friends and business partners over the years that told us these things. And when you look back in your past, you start to realize,
You know why
what
they're
if there
successful?
is something? What if there is something to this thought stuff? Because I was telling Quentin earlier, you know, all you think about 24/7 is going to work, working your job, getting to every 2 weeks to that check, living for the weekend, these things, paying the bills, right? And even when you
Consumer.
may go through some struggles or go through some peaks and some valleys in your income or your situation, how come ends always seem to meet? I mean, when you're really in, you typically meet the requirements to continue to do those things, right? And it's because you're always thinking about it. Subconsciously, you don't even realize it. You're going about your day and you're thinking, I got to pay the car note. I got to pay for this. I got to do this. I got to get more hours. I got to, this is what's going on in your head. So the things that you think about the most, the things that you speak out loud the most, the things that you internally digest the most, you read the most, that you see and you put in front of yourself the most, those things typically play out in your life. That's all we're saying. That's
And
all
the
we're
things
saying.
that you focus on,
Things you're
that you
focused on.
manifest those things. They
Right.
manifest into your life, right?
Yeah. So now we get into the personal development side, and we're going to stop it there because that's a rabbit hole.
A whole other thing,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. But you know, once you go down it, the principles never
They never
they can
change.
change your life. You know, they can change your life,
And
especially
they're the
when
same principles. Everybody, it's the same. Everybody uses the same. It's not no secret
no,
that one person is using that the next person is
no,
not. Successful people
no,
have all mastered doing the same thing.
yeah. It's
They've
mastering
all
the
mastered the same
mundane
thing.
things. Yeah, the things that we consider to be boring or like corny or whatever. No, no, no.
The most important things.
that's really it. Yeah, that's really it. That's the stuff. So
You want to read that message she dropped?
yeah,
I think that's a great message to drop.
yeah,
And let me tell you guys, look, this
yeah,
thing with Get Fit is all about math. It's just math and numbers. See, when we look at these other projects, and I don't mean to talk about any of them bad, right? But I'll give you one example. These meme tokens, right? Soul Heist, right? That was something that, I did. I put a little bit of money in there. I didn't push this to people. I didn't want to promote it because I knew it's based on hype. It's based on a community backing something that has no purpose and no real utility. It's maybe the people that get into it early can benefit, but what about the people on the backside that get in later? I don't want to be in a project where people that are a part of my community that get into something late have to take that hit. I just don't want to be in that. But what I'm going to tell you right here is just what our founder put in our group, right? She put this. Now, this is not a guarantee of anything, but this is just telling you what is going to be possible with what's coming. Um, she said, somebody said they're gonna have PTSD. She said, I would too. We just realized we realized that when I did the numbers, the 3,000 people, 3,000, we're not talking about 300,000, we're not talking about 30,000, we're not talking about 3 million. 3,000 people, I guess she says, we were assuming Lenny, which is the Lenny minor for Get Fit, was $25 and Lenny is $50. The 25 is just for the first 300 people. And so the ZQT, which we're going to get into that, what that means, is not 480 with 3,050 people. It's actually just under 1,000, which means a person maxing out their physical activity could literally be making 50,000 a month. Pure insanity. Now, you might not have understood everything that we talked about in there because there's some things that are going to be changing. There's some rebranding. There's some additions that are going to be coming to Get Fit.
yeah,
But this lady understands the math. She understands the logistics. She understands the concepts behind this. If there are people here doing certain things consistently every single day, she could have said 5K a month right there, but she didn't. She said people could be making $50,000 per month based off of maxing out their physical activity every single day.
yeah,
We're not talking about you going out and having to recruit people. We're not talking about you building a team. We're not talking about any of this stuff. You just doing physical activity on a daily basis and maxing it out. You could be making $50,000 a day. A month. We're not talking about 5 years down the line. She said on our call today that if you are not, and let me state this because I this part of what I'm gonna say to you is hype in a sense. I want you to take it for that. I know that when she's talking to us, she's not using hype. She's using math. She said, if you're not making $1 million in Get Fit mining, or which will be called Move Quest, we're going to start. That's going to happen starting next week, the whole rebrand.
about
We're going
another,
to
it's gonna be about about a month for
about
the
a
end.
month. We're
Yeah,
going to see the transition into Move Quest, right?
yeah,
And I kind of talked to you about why that's going to happen. But she says, if you're not making $1 million in 6 months in this project, you did something wrong. She has a plan already set up of communities, companies that are going to come into Get Fit. This is already
yeah,
happening
yeah,
behind the scenes. She's going to position the people that are a part of this opportunity to be able to have some benefit when that happens, to get the tokens now, to earn more while there's less people, to be able to get it at the prices that it's at now, and the people coming push the price of the token up. We're in the right place, guys, with this project. I I can't stress it. The entry is so low for this project. It's laughable. And
But
I would tell you, go ahead.
that makes it, you know, it's
It
hard to
takes
explain it because we're in blockchain, right? We understand tokenomics and, you know, blockchain technology. We know what a real project is supposed to look like, but we had never seen it,
yeah,
right?
never.
So when you say you said something earlier too. You're like, oh, people throwing 25K and 50K and 100K into these deals, and they're not sustainable. I mean, real number one, but they're just not even built to be sustainable over months and months and years and years and years. Well, now you have a lady that's doing it right, and you don't even need all that. You just need
Hmm.
$350, and you can set yourself up. It gave me chills to really have a very, very high, multiple six-figure to $1 million asset account in less than a year, and 6 months to a year, whatever that time frame is. You've never seen anything like that, and there's so many other aspects of that. It's crazy because you're talking about a truly decentralized technology here. You're a wallet address. There's no address. There's no KYC. There's none of that stuff that we're typically seeing. There's no centralization here. Real time payments. Not, oh, I'm getting paid every week or every month. The day
Instant,
things transact is the day you make the money paid
instant.
into your wallet. So it's just a lot of the dynamics, man, that make it. If everything fails and it's like half as good, we are really still really good, really doing very, very
Great
well.
position. Yeah, in a great
Yeah,
position. Yeah,
it's
and
incredible.
we talked about this a little bit earlier too. And I think we have been so manipulated over the years of, we got to get this 3, 4, 5, 10% today. We got to make this 100, 2, 3, 400% a month. We've been manipulated with, we got to get rich quick. I want to be the next person to put $1,000 in the next Solana meme coin and catch 100x. Like, does it happen for people? It does. But is it a realistic and a sustainable way to make money long term? No. To bring to your community, I don't want people throwing $1,000 away at something, but you could take that same 1,000 or 300 or 400, 500, whatever, put it into a real project, a real ecosystem, right? Go about your daily life like you do it normally. Submit a transaction once a day to the blockchain and earn tokens. She basically hinted towards the fact that the people that are here, I want to set you guys up for future success. We're going to give you the opportunity. I'm going to put you in position, and I'm going to bring companies and place them under you and make money for you. That's basically what she told us.
Yeah, she wants her people in first.
She wants us to win in this project. You don't find very many people that have that real heart and passion to really help people. And I'm telling you, I already have the confirmation I need to know that this is the right project. This project will not fail. It's
Yeah,
not designed to. It doesn't have the flaws that other projects have that make it fail. It doesn't have it. And a lot of people were saying, "Well, how do you know that?" We know it because we've been there, we've watched it, we've heard it, we've seen it. Like, we know what the project is about. So I would tell anybody that he's got a few $100 laying around, $1,000, just be prepared for what's going to happen over the next week. Be prepared, because you're going to want to be in one of those spots. You're going to want to get in one of those positions to say, look, I got in at the right time. And now we have companies, we have networks of people that are coming into GetFit that we already know are coming, because it's already, the deals have already been established behind the scenes. these people are going to come and we're going to be able to benefit from it. Imagine being able to do your physical activity every single day on the Binance Smart Chain and have 5, 6 other blockchains earning you tokens in those other blockchains based off of what you're doing and GetFit. That's what's going to be coming.
Yeah.
Basically, exponentially taking what you're doing and exponentially rewarding you for that one day of activity.
Yeah.
That's what's coming.
Yeah.
This thing is revolutionary, guys. I don't know. Like I said, we can't really go into a lot because we don't want to misinform anybody until we know for sure. But we've already kind of been alluded to that there's going to be a special form that's going to come out that people are going to have to fill out. You're going to be able to secure a spot for about roughly, give or take, $350. That's a minimum. You're going to be able to buy the token as well if you choose. There's going to be a token that you're going to be able to buy. And this is all in conjunction to what you may have already established on the Binance Smart Chain. This is just another blockchain that is going to give us the opportunity to be first in that blockchain, to mine those tokens in that blockchain and get the largest reward because there's going to be less people in that blockchain.
Right.
That's going to happen. It's exciting. Again, man, I've just had so much confirmation over the last few days. It's giving me chills.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I kind of just wavered, my faith slightly wavered a little bit. It was like a smack in the face, like, boy, you tripping. Like,
Yeah.
like, what do you mean? Let me show you what I'm gonna do for you.
Yeah.
And then boom, there it is. The same day happened. Like, whoa, it's scary, shocking how that happened.
Yeah.
And it just let me know, like, hey, you good. You're good. You're in the right spot.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who comes and who comes and is a part of what you're doing right now. You're doing the right activities by sharing it, by putting it out there and making it available to the people. It's up to them to decide whether or not they want to be a part of it. But just keep doing the right activities, because I just saw right here in that message that I don't need a community to make $50,000 a month with my own physical activity. I mean, she just told us that we're going to have that ability, even if it's half of that and half of that.
Well, a quarter of that. Change
It's not
life.
even
Change
about,
lives.
it's not about necessarily having a community to get that kind of return. This is just based on me. Yes, I want to empower my community so that they can share and be a part of that as well.
Yep.
But we're going to have it's going to be a very, very interesting 6 months that's going to happen. Christmas time going to be nice this year. It's going to be real. My last Christmas, I was only spending. Like I would, look, it wasn't no
Yeah,
presents. It wasn't no presents, man.
we stacking assets this Christmas.
Man, it was just
We
going out,
stacking assets, man.
bro. God dang.
Yeah, man. We
But that's
stacking
okay.
them. Stacking
You
up.
know, it's okay because, again, just the confirmation of being in the right place right now. We know we got our hands on some of the right things.
Mm-hmm.
I just tell you guys, don't let whatever has happened to you before stop you and let you and keep you from being a part of the things that are going to happen. Because all of those things that have happened, you may be able to find yourself out a year later 10xing all of what you lost just being in the right things. So that's what I wanted to say today. I know I kind of talked off and I gave some stories today. It's a little bit different kind of call. For those people that are a part of Ken's organization and group, man, just get with Ken if you need some
We
direction
all
on
are
it.
family, man. Sign up. Just get in. Just
Hey,
get in.
of course. I mean, look, I'm all under them.
Yeah,
I'm under
we
Ken, but look,
all we all in it.
we
Yeah,
are. We all in it together.
trust me.
But
Like
again,
what you just explained earlier is the reason why. The more people that are in the network that are actually mining the proof of work,
not
right?
even in
Proof of
my
concept.
network.
Not even in your network.
Yeah, the people don't
Benefits
have to
everybody.
be in our network. They contribute to the overall
Right.
ecosystem.
Right. Remember, there's only a certain amount. And by the way, Q, I don't know if you mentioned it, but each one of these chains that
Ugh,
she's going to be building, they all are tied to Bitcoin tokenomics, meaning only 21 million coins,
the form is
right?
out.
With real solutions. What was that?
The form is out.
Oh, we got to go. We gotta go.
Lynette just dropped the form.
We gotta go. We gotta go. Hey, peace. I love y'all, man. Hey,
Oh man.
get $350 and just hold it in the next 72
Wow.
hours or so. We'll be able to take. And for those that aren't in, you do want to get yourself involved with the BNB side, the Binance Smart Chain side. I mean, obviously, because what's the point of earning? Not there is a point. What she just released is very powerful, but remember, you have a certain amount of bands here. I got a Fitbit and I've got an iWatch, an
I need to
Apple
get
Watch.
another one. I got to get my second. I
I,
want the ring. I'm gonna just go ahead and get
right,
the
you may have saw my shoulder moving. I'm taking steps while I'm on, bro. Every step, like I said, the Bobby Brown song takes on a whole nother meaning now.
every
Every
little
little
step.
step,
I take.
is every big step because think about it. The coins that we're accumulating today, we're talking about, pennies, a few cents here or there. But as the network grows, as the supply and demand does what it does, right? That buy and sell pressure, the scarcity, when all these tokenomics and all these dynamic things start to happen because of just the sheer numbers of people seeing that this makes sense and that they can go out and earn in real time, the price is going to go up. She mentioned a $300, $400 coin, folks,
You talking about
with
these
very,
days?
very, very conservative numbers. She mentioned
Very
a
conservative.
$400 token off of one, off of move, just MQT, not the new one, not the next chain that she's duplicating once the proof of concept shows that it works and companies are coming in and they're getting their network position. What do you think is going to happen? Like, I'm just telling you, this is, if there ever was a play that you want to do whatever you had to do to get yourself positioned
Man, they
based
got
off
this
what we
quick.
know. It's probably this one.
This happened quick.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting crazy.
Um, I'm wondering if I should post this for people.
Uh,
I mean, I
well,
don't
it
know.
depends on what's on the form. If we've got a
Well,
form where,
so they need your email, your first name, your GetFit Binance wallet address. So that means that you're already in GetFit,
yeah,
right?
right, that's the
How
name of it.
many Lenny miners will you mint? And I think she said that we would need 14, right? To be able to pair them up to make this to fill the seven slots, right? Because
Yeah.
you got to merge them to go to the next. So I would assume most people are going to get 14, which I probably would say that's your 350 because 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 7 times is $350. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, of course, you can do. I don't know if you could do more than that, but I mean, I guess you could do your. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if you can do more, but at least 350, and then you might want to
Yeah.
have some money to buy the tokens. Then it says
Right.
if you have, she's going to ask if you have a sponsor. Will you be referring anyone to those 300? And how many will be joining and a phone number. So I mean, it's a pretty simple form. But if you want to be a part, and man, look here, here we go. Let me show you this. Hold on, man.
I'm filling mine out right now.
Hold on. Let me just pull it. I'm gonna
How
pull it
many
up.
linear miners would you met? Yeah,
I mean, we're
yeah,
good because I mean we already know
yeah,
it ain't.
yeah.
It's not like that, but yes, you do want to be somewhat expeditious. You don't want to sit around and just wait on this thing.
Right,
What
right.
is Zoom doing? Installing updates? Are you serious?
Always so. Technology.
All right, so this is, and it's called the ZH Cash blockchain. It's a 9-year-old blockchain that um, the second, what do you want to call it?
Oh,
Like
second layer.
the second blockchain that they're going to
Oh,
release on
yeah.
is going to be the ZH Cash blockchain. So
Right.
let me just show you what this kind of looks like, guys. I can show you. And I see you, Bitcoin baller. You asked how much are the tokens at this price or at this point. We don't know. We literally are just finding this information out
Yeah. Yeah.
today. I know the price is very low because the blockchain is not. It doesn't have a crazy amount of activity. I don't think. Um, wow, they didn't change. Man, they look. You know what Zoom is trying to keep up with.
Mm, right.
Oh,
Huh.
because now this is funny because I typically, before whatever update just happened, I had an option here to share my phone. and now it doesn't give me the option to share the phone.
Mm,
So they've obviously changed, and it just it automatically made me update. I didn't even request an update or anything,
right.
but I don't like that because now I can't share that window. But here, nevertheless, I was just going to share the phone, but we can see what it looks like right here. So here's our form right here for the ZH Cash blockchain release. So this is a pretty simple form that you'll have to fill out if you want to be a part of it. The beautiful thing is kind of what we were told today. And again, like this is nothing is fact here. And I'm just trying to be very general. And so don't hold me to anything. When you go into the next blockchain, we have to evolve our miners. We're not going to be able to go in like we did on the Binance Smart Chain and just buy the Omegas. We're not going to have that ability. So when you come in and you buy 7 Lenny miners, 14 Lenny miners, it will allow you to merge 2 of them together to go up to your next miners. Now, just imagine this, hypothetically speaking, imagine this. If people from companies got placed under you and created commissions for you, and it gave you the money to evolve your miners to Omegas. That's what we were privy to, which may be happening for us. Now, there's no guarantee of that, guys. No, don't hold me on it because I don't want to. I want to, again, we haven't been able to confirm all of this stuff. But imagine because you got in early, people were placed below you to push you up and to push commissions and feed them to you, where you could take those commissions and evolve your miners to get more of the tokens before the masses got in and diluted or it took away from how much you were getting per day, right? We have the option to get more first, is what she's giving us. So that's what the form looks like. Very simple. I know we're going to get in here and fill all of this stuff out.
Was it 5,008? I think it's 5,008. Well, the numbers may have changed a little bit though, but
uh
it wasn't.
they may have.
Yeah, yeah. But basically, you're going to be getting, based off your activity, again, the proof of work, you're going to be able to accumulate a certain amount of tokens per day as this thing launches and as it grows and the supply dwindles down. So you're talking about a really powerful play because it goes along with what Bitcoin is all about, you know, the supply versus demand and the different dynamics that make Bitcoin what it is. It just so happens we have a real utility here, right? And it's a brilliant, brilliant concept she's put together, and she's going to duplicate it over and over and over and over again. So exciting times, man. Exciting
Get your
times.
let me tell you guys, get your 350 ready. I'm going to is it 0 hour cash? So let's see the price right now. And just so you can see this, let me share this with you because I just looked
Yeah,
up ZH just to see.
it's not a penny.
Because
It's
I'm
definitely, yeah,
it's up
it's
there.
yeah.
All right, you can see that.
Yep,
All
that's
right.
it.
Oh yeah, that is it. So it's under a penny. Okay, I thought it was something else
I
different.
think that's the one. The chain has quite a bit of activity and different aspects to it. I believe this is the ZHC. Uh, I mean, at least that's what it shows you on if you're on CoinMarketCap or on their website or the links that they put out. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
don't
the
know.
one.
Maybe that's I don't know if this is it or not.
Yeah. Well, the supply is definitely not. Yeah, it's like 300 million, something like that on there.
Let me just search real quick. Uh,
Yeah, the Z, that one right there with the red logo with the white and red. That's their actual
this,
logo. So I
this
know
one
that's the
ZH.
actual ZH
This one.
Cash. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I remember it was in a different language too.
Right. Yeah.
I can't go into it. This is like I guess, kind of logging in kind of thing. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
this wasn't the sign, or this is it, huh?
Let me see. I had it up earlier.
Yeah, they posted
ZHcash.org. That's the
zhcash.org.
dot
Okay.
.org. Yeah, I'm actually logged into it and set up an account. And
zhcash.org.
you're right. You do have to set up an account there. But let me
Oh, okay,
see.
that is it. Okay, so you got to set up an account,
Yeah.
but nevertheless, I mean, this is just
Right.
the addition of what's going to be coming.
Right.
Um, and we have the ability to be first and be a part of that before any of the masses come to it. So
Right.
we're at the forefront of that. So
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, I mean, the right people who are gonna get this are gonna get it. So look, I'm just gonna take this link and I'm gonna let you guys do what you wish with it. Because I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna be signing up on a form that they don't want to be a part of it. So um, I don't know if you'll be able to actually copy it or
Yeah, I
paste
don't
it from.
know because I didn't see any place on there to like put your actual ID or your. I see the mining address. I guess once it's tied to the BSC, they know the lineage at that point, right? Based off your wallet address, I believe that's how this is going to work. Um, because I
And
didn't.
that's 300 people, guys. So this is not like, I mean,
Yeah,
they may open it up to more people, and I don't
right.
see why they wouldn't if there are more people who want to be a part. But right now, initially, that target number that they need is only 300 people.
Got
So there's your link. If you're in the project already, that there it is. I know me and Ken are gonna fill ours out as soon as we get off because we're definitely gonna be a part of it.
yeah.
And I know we got our funds ready to go in, and I want to get some of the tokens because I know the tokens are going to be at the lowest price when we put all of this activity on that chain. That token price is going to soar,
Yeah. That's a whole
and
nother thing.
a whole nother thing
That
just
wasn't even what
outside
we
of the
just.
project. This is
Yeah, that's not even what we just talked about.
yeah, that's outside of the project.
That's
Like
just yeah.
that's the
Just
icing on the cake kind of
man,
thing.
come on, come on.
So
Yeah, that
yeah,
that could be
so
significant. That could be very significant. Yeah.
exciting times. I just want my community and I want you guys to know, and I'm sure Ken as well, is like, hey, we are in the right place. We're where we're supposed to be. We're in the right place. We have the right opportunities. This is not like it was a year ago or 2 years ago. It's just not. And I know everybody has gotten to that point to where we're just sick of losing and giving away our funds, right? I mean, I'm just sick of it. I don't have more to give away.
Mhm.
There's nothing else left to give out. And now that the right things are coming our way, you won't see me going into 20 and 30 million opportunities. It's just not going to happen anymore. If they don't check my two boxes, I'm not touching them. We got another one that's behind the scenes. Super, super, super legit. It's not even really it's not even a real crypto play.
So
It's more of like an opportunity, really.
a real investment. Yeah.
It's a real type investment thing
It's
that
just as
you're gonna see
powerful.
that coming down the
It
line.
has Bitcoin tokenomics as well on the blockchain feature on that deal.
It's a
It's
blockchain
like
technology, basically.
we
And
got some
so
stuff.
these projects that we have now are going to be the gateway for us to get to these other deals that are real, that are legitimate, right? So that's what I really hope for everyone. That's my plan, is to really maximize on these deals, make money now so that when the real things are coming our way, we are ready for them. That's all I got, man.
Yeah.
I don't
Awesome
know.
call.
I don't know if you got anything else,
I
but
don't got anything. I mean, just be ready.
be ready.
Obviously we got the form now. So, and if you're not in and you need a crash course, we have a lot of content. Q's done a great job putting video out. Learn about what Lynette Arton has put together when it comes to what she delivered to us first. Well, we saw a lot of value in just get fit mining alone in that project, but now she's just scaled it to something else, and it's just her vision just went like, yeah,
Let me show you this.
cataclysmic. Like it just went like, wait a minute, like wait, you doing what?
Yeah,
Right? Yeah, it was already
she's
very good.
yeah, she's been building this for this is the third year of
Yeah,
this
yeah,
project
yes.
and the existence of it. And she's at the point now where she's got everything that she wants in place. Now it's
Mhm.
time to really push it and scale it.
Yeah,
And so now she's not playing any games with it. She
yeah,
just isn't.
yeah. It's not if, it's just when.
It's just win.
Yeah,
And I want you to know, like, if you follow the GetFit activity mining, they do have their own YouTube. She actually did a
there it
3
is.
days ago.
Yep.
She did a Zoom meeting, and I'm telling you, it's an hour long. But if you really want to understand it from a technical level, it gets a little bit technical, but I think it's still a very clear presentation,
Mhm.
and you hear it directly from the person who created it. Go in, and it was 3 days ago. Just
Right.
put in Get Fit Mining. It's going to come right up on YouTube. You'll see the purple screen there.
Yep.
Watch that video. For those people that have not been a part of any of this and you want to be a part of it, there's a video that was created 10 days ago, 1 minute, a 1 minute video
Mm,
to show you how to set up and get started.
perfect.
One
Yeah.
minute video.
Might as well get learning because this technology isn't going anywhere, folks. Just like people, slept. I wouldn't say slept. We actually are. We're part of the web too. That's the internet of today. Social media, email. All these things, text messaging, all that was something that was there. What 93, 92, up until now, and
Mhm.
now we're going into where your digital assets, money is going to start moving into this digital. You're going to have to learn what Lynette is. What I'm getting at is what she's teaching you, what she's showing you, is the blueprint on how to do it right when
Right.
it comes to blockchain technology and leveraging assets and liquidity and all these different dynamics that make it work. So we get an early education into Web3 and the new world of digital assets, folks. It's very, very powerful. You're gonna want to learn about it anyway, so you can teach your kids and the people that you love and care about around you. Because either you're gonna just be part of the process and start to be leveraged, or you can leverage this technology. And that's another thing that we want to start doing in the community: more education on why it's so important to start to grasp this technology and figure it out, right? Figure it out so you can move it into the hands of the people you care about the most, and leave a legacy for them, because it's not going anywhere. We
Nope.
just get started. We just get started.
Just getting started, guys. So
Absolutely.
yeah, with that, I think we'll wrap it up. I know we kept you guys for a while. This is a longer, call than I normally do. But it was just great to talk about some things and just where our minds are and where we are right now in the grand scheme of things. We haven't even hit the bull run really yet, right? So just imagine, if we have some legit things working for us while we go through that bull run, what it's going to turn into, right? You may have this may be that 1-2 year window where you really have the chance to seize and create real, massive wealth. And so don't let whatever happened before stop you from getting to the blessing that you got waiting in front of you, because
There it is.
we are in the right place. I can't harp on that anymore. This is the right place, and we're here at the right time. We got the right people in our corners that are out here, doing the right things and creating the opportunity for us. We just got to take action and go and seize that moment. So, with that being said, man, Mr. Ken Francis, the consultant, man, I appreciate you coming on.
Always, bro.
I know
Always.
you got your family over there. You
Likewise.
were trying to eat dinner and all kind of stuff, but
All
look,
good.
man, when we talk about stuff like this, we make time for it because we know,
Gotta
it's,
do it.
it's impact and it's income, right? So
Yeah.
we make the time for it. So we'll see you guys on the next one. I'm going to keep you up to date through this process. If there's more things that are coming out, be in the CPMD group. I'm going to put updates there, and I'll put the form there. All that stuff there will be there for you. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Mr.
Let's get it.
CPMD, I'm out. Peace.
Good evening.